We are in Rome, Italy, about to try what is supposed to be the best Italian sandwich in the world.
6.5 hours later.
Here we go.
Flashback.
Absolutely magnificent, and it's so big. I mean, compared to these people, right? Like, you have to realize how big, impressive, intense, and just the marble on it is magnificent.
12 seconds later.
And this is a great representation how amazing Rome is, right? So right here we're on the crazy building. Crazy building, crazy building and pillar, crazy building. Old buildings, crazy old building. Crazy building, crazy building, crazy building. There's the freaking Colosseum over there with a whole bunch of other amazing ruins and buildings. Another one, another one, another one.
Flashback.
Can you imagine a building which is like 2,000 years old? What about 3,000 or 4,000 years old? Can you imagine that could still be standing in immaculate shape, which you can go in and view and learn about? Today, everybody, we are going to the Pantheon, one of the most famous noted buildings in Rome, Italy. Today, everybody, on the More Joel Hansen channel for this crazy endeavor, we're going to not only check out some of Rome's best offerings, both in the city, out of the Pantheon itself, in the Pantheon itself. We're going to tell you a lot about it. We're going to show you maybe some food as well. We're going to show you how we get around the city. And let's just say this is an adventure you're not going to want to miss. So if you're heading to Rome, ever been interested in Rome, or you just like food and you like Italian and Roman culture, or you're just curious, this is definitely something you're going to really love and appreciate and give you a great idea for when you do get to Rome. This is going to tell you what you need to do, what you need to see. And, well, let's see, it'll make you understand what you can expect and see if this is the right decision to spend a day for you. So with that, let's go have fun and let's go eat the world. And beautiful Roma with the sun makes a big difference. And here we have the world's biggest theater, the Colosseum. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And the amazing views of Rome everywhere. And here we have the Pantheon, partly covered at the moment, but gorgeous. Another obelisk, which is amazing, and these things stolen from the Egyptians. But look at this, everybody. Absolutely magnificent, and it's so big. I mean, compared to these people, right? Like, you have to realize how big, impressive, intense, and just the marble on it is magnificent. All right, and this is insane, everybody. Look how big these pillars are. This is so big, so impressive. I don't know how they built this. I really don't. It is, again, like Rome, crazy. Look at these doors. Look at this. How do you explain? All right, got our audio tours, which are about to start. And there's the Pantheon. This is huge. The dome, the marble, the columns. I truly have no idea, even in a modern day, how they could create this, let alone back in the day. All right, so this is crazy. This whole thing was built in 12 years. This dome was the first of its kind, having no supports. It's pure concrete, well, mostly concrete, in which it's self-supportive. Apparently it's 6 meters thick at the base. At the top, it's 2 meters thick, which is still like 6 feet, which is crazy. And I guess to partly build it, they had a wooden frame, and then they filled this whole place up with gold coins and dirt, to which then was emptied after. And the crazy thing to think is they made this 2,000 years ago. It's a perfect sphere. It's perfectly as like diameter, like high as the diameter. So talk about like a marvel. And so this was actually built partly as a sundial. So it's cool to see the sun shining in right there. And then on the summer solstice, it I guess perfectly shines really high up or something. And this is called the Chapel of the Choir. Very beautiful.
So they call this section right here the Chapel of the Crucifix. Two amazing things. One, that crucifix, the cross, the wooden cross, dates back to the 1400s. You got to think this building is 2,000 years old. Even more amazing, see these bricks? These are all brickwork of the original foundation. This is the original brickwork. So these bricks are 2,000 years old. Insane. And there's actually a guy's heart in this thing right here. Interesting. And here's the tomb of Raphael Senti. Interestingly enough, if you're a famous artist, he left them enough money and were famous enough, they would bury you here. Happened to a few artists. Pretty amazing. And it's called St. Joseph in the Holy Land, which is dedicated to St. Joseph. Pretty interesting. I guess there's dirt underneath here, which was brought specifically from the Holy Land, but again, massive. And there's actually the many kings and royalty actually buried here. This is the first king of Italy here. Pretty impressive. Back in 1600s. Super interesting too. So the hole is actually open. The thing with it though is the floor is all concave, so puddles will not form, at least out here. And then it's interesting is that there's hidden holes, 20 some hidden holes around to help the water escape. So think about that. So that's been open, for thousands of years. And the floor still looks amazing. This place is crazy. Super interesting and fascinating. We've been here just over an hour, and I feel like we're getting a sense of it. I think we'll still be here about another 20-ish minutes. So I give yourself at least an hour and a half to come see this, maybe 2 hours. The audio tour does take about 1 hour to do. I think it's worth it. The history is super cool. They have an app you can download as well. And it's really interesting. So again, this being resurrected, 2,000 years ago for the pilgrim gods. But because in the 600s it was converted to a basilica and or a church to the Catholic Church is why it stands today, which is so important and so cool. I mean, and it's truly a marvel. I mean, to think of all the wars this has gone through, to go through how many years, times, earthquakes, tragedies. The world's changed in 2,000 years, and the fact that this still stands so beautifully, so strong, speaks to the architecture, the marble, their abilities. Let's just say people are amazing, the world is amazing, and this is truly, absolutely amazing. I mean, this is, I don't know, if you ask me, this is worth Marvel status. Really, this is fantastic. So, with that, there's a little bit more information outside about the pillars, 13 pillars, all one piece. Often three of them brought directly from Egypt, which are pink pillars. Very interesting, whereas normally the pillars were built in pieces. We'll show you those, and that's pretty much it. And these are the pillars, all the pillars that, hold it up and whatever. Crazy to think, again, of these. This is one of the pink ones right here. Just a little pink compared to that one. Came all the way from Egypt, one piece. Where historically, back in the day, it was popular to build them in separate pieces, like the columns in general. That's where you see the columns, all the slits. But this is pure stone. How do they move it? How do they erect it? It's crazy. Even nowadays it'd be insane. They didn't have friggin' cranes back then. But anyway, the Pantheon, super cool. Would 100% recommend. This is a cool spot. Very interesting. And at that, I like it.
So the Pantheon was definitely a must-do if you ask me. And then really nearby is one of the most famous sandwich shops in Rome. Definitely most viral, so we went to check that out.
And here we are, All'Antico Venaya, the most popular sandwich shop in Rome, Italy. And this is the preparations of the meats, the buns, the bread, all the ingredients, all the toppings, then the famous breads. And you watch them with all their hams over here, cutting the meat. Here we have the paradiso, which has the mortadella. It has a bit of a cream sauce, also pistachio, looking pretty dang good. Here we go. Oh my gosh. The bread has a lovely crunch. Incredible richness. The mortadella, the meat is so perky, sweet, hammy. The cheese and the cream. This is actually amazing. It's so sweet. And then the Beatrice, which is a soft cheese, truffle cream, and arugula. So I love truffle, so let's see what it's all about. Oh my gosh. The cheese is a lovely flavor. The meat is light. Arugula is a nice pepper. Truffle is very light tasting, but amazingly creamy. And all these sandwiches, you're going to get them all over your face, that's for sure. So are these the best sandwiches in Italy? Well, these are definitely the best Italian sandwiches I've ever had on earth, and it is well worth the about 30-40 minute wait. And another lovely church, because they're everywhere in Rome. Here, the Santa Maria, how do you pronounce it? Sopra Minerva? Sorry guys for the pronunciation. It is one of the 13 obelisks still standing in Rome with an elephant, a lovely looking marble elephant. And let's see what it's all about. And coming inside here, wow, this is big and splendid. Wow, look at the blue, the paintings. Oh my gosh, talk about the colors, the marble. And in Rome, you literally can't walk more than, you can't even walk 10 seconds without finding another amazing church, amazing building. The architecture is just, look at this. It's insane. And here we have some ruins with giant library, church, and government buildings and all the above. Again, just like insane. And these statues, the details, I mean, they got veins in the horses. They're so big. Absolutely grand. Just magnificent. Another lovely fountain here. Crazy views. And another truly magnificent church here in Rome. Absolute beauty and splendor. And here we have the biggest, most grand library I've ever seen in my life. Fountains, statues, multiple layers, everything. And just look at the artwork here by the detail. This is insane. I mean, it's just the craziest thing I've ever seen, like ever. And this again, one of the most stunning, breathtaking, I think, views in all of Rome. Just the city, the magnificent library, the grandness, the architecture. Words can't describe. And this is a great representation how amazing Rome is, right? So right here on the crazy building and pillar, crazy building, old buildings, crazy old building, crazy building, crazy building, crazy building. There's the freaking Colosseum over there with a whole bunch of other amazing ruins and buildings. Another one, another one, another one, another one. And this is one of the most ornate, gold, amazing churches. Like, holy jumpets. Look at this. Everywhere you look, just the marble, the artwork. Wow. And another amazing church. Look at the artwork on the ceiling of this one. Absolutely magnificent. Crazy. And just the beauty of everything, the size of everything. Like, this is so big. This is so big and so beautiful. All the work, the artwork, and these are 3D paintings. It's crazy.
Thank you so much for checking out the video. I really hoped you enjoyed it. Of course, this is the More Joel Hansen channel where we feature, well, more Joel Hansen. We got travel, we got food, we got all the above. So if you like that stuff, lifestyle, fitness, make sure to subscribe. We also have the original Joel Hansen channel, which features crazy eating endeavors like buffets, food challenges, eating challenges, spicy challenges. We have the Joel Hansen Raw channel as well, which features the uncut version of the raw versions of those challenges. So you really get to hear what goes on, the thoughts, the behind the scenes. So there's no shortage to be had. But thank you so much for subscribing, for your support, and click one of these videos right here, guys. I've got them just for you, and I know you're gonna love them. So with that, thank you so much, and I'll see you in a moment when you click this video.